each year I bring the deans, take the deans somewhere of all the schools in the summer for a retreat, where we get to get out of our day-to-day grind context and do some important strategic thinking and a little bit of bonding and, let our hair down. Well, not me, but, the others. And the last few years, we had asked the Youth Achiever if we could come out here for our retreat, because what more beautiful place is there really on earth than this campus as a setting for a retreat. And so we've been coming here. And we've been getting, as part of our bonding exercises, walks around and tours by the faculty of the facilities and the animals. And so one year, we were taken to where the sheep are, and we were taught how to tip sheep. And so I learned how to tip a sheep, and I did indeed tip the sheep. I don't know what the sheep thought about my performance, but it seemed to be okay. And then the next year, I asked the Youth Achiever if I could have an opportunity to learn something more challenging, because I really feel, as the chief academic officer of the university, it's my job to make myself do what all the students have to do. That is leadership by example. And without a beat, she immediately proposed bovine rectal palpation. At which point, of course, I immediately regretted what I had said, but I had to go through with it, and I did. But why is this a metaphor for the journey of life? Well, so let me explain. First of all, you have to get over the obvious messiness of the procedure. I mean, that is a huge barrier. There's not a single dean other than your dean at the entire university who is willing to do it. Okay? And the reasons are obvious. Okay? This is a very, very large animal, and I don't know the exact numbers, but I believe that probably the number of bacteria in that part of the anatomy exceeds the number of human beings on Earth. And then there are the other impacts on your sensory system that, of course, are difficult to imagine. And so, in life, one of the things I always try to tell students and faculty is if you find yourself trapped intellectually, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, practically, professionally, you really have to find a way to change the framework with which you view the world. We all view the world through lenses that are provided by our culture, by our education, and so on. And if you can completely change the framework, then things look very, very different, and problems turn into opportunities. And so that was my first task, is how can I change this framework of into something, that's scientifically very, very interesting. You can get over lots and lots of problems in life by just simply shifting your frame. The second challenge was fear. Okay, these are very large animals, as you all know, and as I was brought to the animal, I was simply thinking, one kick from this cow, and I'm a goner. I mean, I would have no idea, how much that hurt or what I was supposed to, do in response to that. I was assured that the animal would not do such a thing, but nevertheless, there was fear. And everybody else who was watching was kind of keeping their distance. And I had to go very close, to get my arm all the way in. And so, the metaphor for life there is, if you can overcome fear, you're free. Never forget that. I heard that once long ago and I didn't understand it. I was much, much younger. And then you do get to points in your life where you become fearful of something, in your personal life or professional life or something else. And fear is debilitating. If you can overcome fear and despair, you are free. And nothing can stop you. Well, then the member of your staff, what's his name? John. Scott, thank you. Yes, Scott, just an extraordinary individual with one of the great dry senses of humor of all time. Yeah, second only to Professor George Saperstein. But he fit me with a glove, and then he greased me up, and you know, maybe there's a metaphor there about lubrication, or facilitate. Try to actually plan things so that your path is facilitated in some way. But then I had begun the procedure, and I found that it was going a lot more smoothly than I was led to anticipate. And I thought, oh, there's no problem here. And Scott very politely said, you're in the wrong opening. I was wondering why the cow wasn't fighting me. And so, of course, the metaphor for life there is, we all make mistakes, and you're going to make mistakes that make you feel awfully foolish, as I felt then. And you have to acknowledge it, smile, acknowledge your foolishness, and then try to get back onto the right path. Well, the right path proved to be a lot more stubborn, and as are all true paths in life, they aren't smooth, and so that is yet another metaphor. Okay, the easy paths are usually not the right ones, and you have to find a true path, which takes a lot of work and a lot of persistence. And then you achieve your goal, as I believe I did. I cannot actually state that I was able to feel the organs that I was supposed to feel, because Scott would say, well, do you feel something? And I go, yeah. But I had gone as far as I could go. So I assumed that. And so there it is, go as far as you can with what you've got. And so that's my story. Now, on a more serious note, let me just say, because I think I've exhausted my time here, getting to know this school, veterinary school, and veterinary medicine as a profession has been one of the great learning experiences and joys of my career as an academic leader. You always want to learn new things, and certainly I came from an institution that did not have a veterinary school. This was all new to me, and it just opened up my mind about not just the quality of the school and the rigor of what you all do and the dedication of the faculty, but the implications of veterinary medicine for health, generally speaking, and for public health and global health. And so it's been a great ride for me. Thank you all, and once again, congratulations to our graduates.